Good afternoon to everyone. I got a question from Prateek without start before starting. He asked me a question: Can a hardworking person of average IQ level is suited for this exam? My answer is very yes. Obviously, hard work and smart work matters the most. IQ level is not at all that important. Everyone, I because I'm a zoology student and I bet everyone has on par same or a bit more or less equal IQ. So we should never think that IQ level is going to affect this exam. So first of all, I want to thank isdream.com for giving me that IAS to speak on UPSC Civil Services Examination. So first of all, I'm going to start with the changing trend, the changing pattern, and the examination system, which everyone desires to clear the exam, IAS exam. So first of all, you should know the three-letter word IAS. If the three-letter word is suffixed after your name, it changes your life and gives it a whole new dimension for sure. So everyone has a craving to be an IAS officer. Maybe the motto will be different, some to work for the society and the country. So here I'm going to give a very brief way how to clear this exam in first attempt. I'm telling you, I cleared in just 9 months of preparation, 9 to 10 months. So it's very easy that you can easily clear this exam within 10 months of hard work, smart work, and I bet you will be among the top rankers. So now I'm going to start with the what is the overview of exam pattern actually. First of all, I'll deal with what is the exam pattern actually. First is this exam consists of prelims. Second is this exam consists of mains and interview. Okay. Prelims is of 400 marks, 200 marks is for GS, and 200 marks is for CSAT. So 200 plus 200. And the cutoff you might be knowing, it's 241 for this year. 241 is the cutoff. So is the cutoff very high? Obviously, yes, cutoff is high. But I'm telling you, it's very easy to score. So how that I'll deal after. Mains you come. Mains you will see the cutoff for general was 564 out of 1750 marks. 564 was the cutoff, and I'm telling you this 564 is not at all a big deal. When I teach you how to approach this 564 will become for you 764 very easily. Then comes interview. 775 was the final cutoff for becoming for clearing this exam, UPSC. 775 out of 2025. Now, if you see the trend of this year, the last IAS rank might be some 116, 115, and for this, it will be 838 marks approx. 838 is marks is the last rank for IAS. Okay, so you see the difference of 63 marks, around 63 marks, 800 students, 700 to 800 students are there in this difference. So I'm telling you, clearing IAS, you need to score very high marks. But after that IAS position, there's a lot of competition. In 63 marks, 800 ranks are there. This is the case. So let me start. This was about the exam pattern. So first of all, mark pattern, exam pattern, everything. Scoring and marking. You might have seen the marks of prelims. They are very high just because of CSAT and some easiness on GS. But scoring of mains was very tough. You might be seeing the rankers have got very less marks. It's very tough to cross 100 marks out of 215 GS papers. Very difficult. So what thing do we lack? What we need? This is the point of discussion. So let me start with the very important topic called general studies, which we call GS. GS is actually universe. It's like tremendously help. You should know GS is everything. You need to know everything. So what does GS comprises? GS comprises of all the streams: history, geography, polity, economics, social issues, science and technology, ethics, everything. Now, first of all, I'll start with the prelim strategy for GS. For prelims, in general studies, one need to be just well acquainted with the concepts and facts. Because in prelims, the questions they're asking is mainly based on the content. Content means what is the concept involved and what are some recent contemporary happenings. So now I'll start with prelims. Prelims is first portion is history. History you might be knowing in the three pattern. Modern Indian history is Modern Indian history is very important. You will get around 10 to 12 questions from modern Indian history. This is very important. So how to approach early early history, medieval history? This comprises very little part, but modern history is the main part. So whenever you are studying history, wherever in coaching or self preparation, just try to know the facts and the concepts involved. That why that event occurred. Why was partition of Bengal happening? It was not that when did no one is going to ask you when did partition of Bengal occur. Everyone is wishing to know why did it occur, what impact did partition of Bengal have on India's national freedom struggle. So that is the thing. So whatever you're studying, try to learn the concepts involved, even in history also. Plus, additionally, whenever you're studying a book, try to jot down the points. Points means like if you're studying one page, then at least there might be only 2 to 3 points which is sufficient. Because one success mantra you must know for studying any book. Study that book only, which you can revise 3 to 5 times. Don't study books simply to give once a reading or have a glance on it. Because if we have a human brain and we tend to forget everything. This is for sure. So what we need is study that book which you can revise for 3 to 5 times. And it's very difficult to revise entire book in a stretch. Very difficult. Because even I also face this problem. So what we need to do is just write down the main facts, what we are trying to in history. If this is one page, try to study and try to write down 1 2 3, maybe 3 important facts for one page. So that is important. So try to do that. Okay, now comes the next paper, and I'm telling you, history will be always on safe side. You will always clear this prelims exam just because of history. History will give you maximum correct questions because the options they are asking is very simple, only concept based. When they will give you prelims question, the questions which will have the options are very direct, but they are only based on the concept. If you mug up the fact and go, it's very difficult. So must focus on concept. Now comes the next part, geography. Geography is a very dicey part, very dicey in the sense there's a lot to study, and many of the aspirants feels very difficult. Even I was one of the aspirants who used to feel geography is very tough. But I'll tell you, geography is very easy if you study with concept, diagrams, maps. These three things is going to help you a lot. So geography, whatever you're studying, try to understand what is the physical features, what is the features involved, what are the basic concepts involved. Like for example, oceanography. In oceanography, what are the physical features involved, and what is the basic diagram for each ocean features with the concept. If you do that, for sure, it will be a very easy part. And geography will give you a good number of right questions also and a good number of tough questions also. I tell you, many of my friends who have cleared, they found geography part a bit difficult because it comprises a lot of things like tribal issues, like other things, and also that's very difficult to to complete everything. So I think geography, you must be able to focus on the concept, diagram, map, and try to practice a lot. Okay. Third part I'll come on, science and technology. This is very important part, and this part is going to decide that you are getting good marks in GS or not. Because many students who could not clear this year prelims, I interacted with many of the students, and they said they found science and tech paper was a bit tough. Why? Because they were not from biology background, they were not from science background. But I'm telling you, this is not going to impact you. If you study newspaper, if you study entire thing with concepts, it's for sure you are going to cover this paper very easily. Only one thing remember in science and tech, apart from newspaper, try to cover 20 years back papers. Some of the topics are directly repeated from back year papers. So just try to do that also. Next comes economics. Economics plays a very vital role, and economics questions are 99% concept based. And economics is going to give you a very high lead also and very low lead also. And this time I can say you from seeing the trends, 99% of the students have scored very well in economics. So there are two fields which is going to give you a high edge in prelims exam. One is history, second is economics. But economics, try to learn the concept, because they're not going to ask you question from the facts and figure what is the GDP of India, what is the GNP of India, nothing like that. Questions will be totally based on your the analytical skill. What is the implication of that thing? Why is bank rate being reduced? For example, why is RBI has reduced SLR? Why? Questions will be based on what is SLR. If RBI is going to reduce the SLR, what impact will it have on Indian business environment, Indian and economic relations? What impact? Questions will be asked on that frame. So just try to learn the concepts involved. And other topic you might think this is the quality. I think this is the only topic where each and every student, irrespective of their any field, they are very comfortable, very easy, and they score maximum marks. But one ironical thing I want to say here, quality is the only subject which will give you maximum correct answers. Out of 20, you will get 19 correct answer, 18 correct answer, very easy. But this is the only paper which will give you the worst marks in means. You might have seen in paper 2, all the top rankers have performed very bad. In fact, I only got 71 out of 250. Many good rankers have got 55, 50, 61. So this is the paper which will give you maximum age in prelims, but minimum in mains. But don't worry, it is for everyone. So don't worry for that. So this is the subject clarification for your prelims. And if you cover like this, now second thing what I want to say for prelims, you must focus on revision. If you study less, I'm telling you, don't try to study 15 hours, 20 hours, 12 hours, nothing like that. Study less, study according to your compatibility. If you have less matter also, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, I'm saying you. Even when I was studying, it doesn't matter if we have a lot of matter, yeah, we have very less matter, it doesn't matter at all. What matters is how many times you're going to revise. Revision is the basic component for this exam. If you revise 20 times, I'm telling you, you will be plus 100 for sure. Within 5 months, I'm saying, within 5 months, you will be plus 100 out of 200 in GS paper. So in GS, if you want to score, just have the focus on revision. After revision, in 2 months, like when the prelims is going to start in August, start trying to solve the questions from May onwards. Try to practice a lot of questions. Buy a book called, I have updated the book name on isdream.com. That's for Arihan for 20 years practice. 20 years solved paper will be there. Try to do that and try to solve maximum question. Any of the magazines you get, try to solve the GS papers. And if you practice a lot of questions, it's 3 months, 2 months. And second thing, the questions which are doing wrong in practice, try to write the wrong questions which you have written and the correct answers for them. Try to search from the net or from the book itself, and then you write. This is going to really impact you. If you follow these 3 things, I'm telling you, prelims is for you. Prelims, you are not at all scared. Why? Because if you have studied this much, and if you have focused on revision and practicing question, ratio should be 3:4:3. Now imagine 3 parts should be study, 4 parts should be revision, 3 parts should be question practice. If you do this, I'm bet sure you are going to be in prelims. Now, second part of prelims is very important. CSAT. CSAT, you might be seeing a lot of rows there on CSAT, but don't you worry. CSAT is going to only make a smooth sell for you. If you get in CSAT around 85% marks out of 200, if you get around 165, 170 also, I'm telling you, you will be in. Because the cutoff, don't try to believe a cutoff, because sometimes the cutoff may be very high also, 270, 280 also. So don't rely on cutoff. Put maximum on CSAT. So what should we do for CSAT? We'll do this now. What should we do for CSAT? For CSAT, first thing is try to solve only month for clearing this CSAT exam. I'm telling you, if you have 2 months only, 1 month only, you can clear this exam for CSAT also. How? First is your practice. Practice means what? You have to do a lot of questions practice. A lot of question practice means first is comprehension, English comprehension, which comprises around 23 to 35 questions sometimes. And this is really important. The passages are really very tricky. Sometimes the passage will take you half an hour. One single passage will take you half an hour. They are very